So good evening. Lateness is greatness. Apologies about that. I was on with Johnny Minerals. I'll be live with Lewis in about 35 minutes. And then AC Milan are going to concede the title tonight to Inter Milan in the derby game. So I will be there for that as well. Smash the likes up. Pinned comment is all of the panels links for their channels. Big up Minerals as well. Johnny Minerals, big up, bro. Big up for the redirect as well. And yeah, make sure you get liking the video as well, people. We're going to go through the Wolves game and have a look to the Chels. Pro about Chels. Jez, what are you saying, mate? Happy Monday. Thanks for joining again, mate.
As always, man. As always, yeah. Great weekend. Yeah, enjoyed the marathon show we did the other night. That was a great laugh. 4 hours. 4 hours and about another hour after backstage. So you can't get better than that, really. Yeah, all good. Looking forward to the game tomorrow night. And I'm positive. I think we'll get a win. We've got to keep in it. You know, at the end of the day, there's no excuses anymore. We just got to keep going and fighting and get it done. And that's the end of the day. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to this stream. Good to see you, Kenny and Matty, as always. And yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, man. Kenny, happy Monday. Thanks for joining, mate. How are you? How's Monday?
I've had a great weekend. You know, like I've done my 2-3 favourite things. Have takeaway Saturday and watch Arsenal play, and obviously saw a bit of boxing. But I just wanted to say two things. First and foremost, Gary Neville, keep your mouth shut and mind your own business. None for us in top to say what they want. In a day, it's happening to them, not you. Secondly, I just want to say to a lot of these non-Man United fans, please stop your fakeness about you loving Coventry. It was offside. And factually, would you really want an FA Cup final between Man City and Coventry? Honestly, I don't think you do.
No.
There you go. Kenny's telling them. Matty, love, man. Hope you're well. How's Monday in America, my friend?
Typical Monday, man. Typical Monday. Cool weather here where I'm at, believe it or not. Woke up this morning, it was cold in the middle of the spring. Go figure. But we're here, brother. We're here. We're ready for tomorrow. Big game tomorrow. Big 2 games this week. Not just tomorrow, but we've got a big one this weekend as well. A massive game this weekend. And so we're here. We're here.
Yeah, Spurs on Sunday as well. 2 tough games. Yeah, let's start with the Wolves game, man. Right, I know we went through it on the 4-hour marathon the other night. But for anyone who didn't watch that, Jez, give us your little thoughts on that, man.
The game, yeah. Wasn't a great spectacle, was it? But, you know, at the end of the day, Wolves brought nothing to the party at all. They had nothing up front. Didn't really trouble us that much. And we walked out of Molineux with those 3 points, which we had to. There's no question. It's shit or bust now. You know, we cannot afford to drop anything. You know, the fact that City won, Liverpool won, you know, they bounced back from that crazy defeat against Palace. So we're all in the mix again, you know, and that Man City have got to go again. All right, well done to them in the semi-final of the FA Cup, which we are never in nowadays because we don't ever want to win the FA Cup anymore. You know, unlike Coventry City, who gave it the best go they could have done, and unlucky to them boys. But yeah, good win for us. And we've got a big game tomorrow night that we've got to win again. That's it. Simple, isn't it, really?
Yeah, thanks. What about you, Kenny? You on mute, mate?
Oh, I've got that bad habit of putting myself on mute. But the fact is that we had to do what we had to do. Also depleted. You know, we weren't physically able to take advantage of that. So that kind of made the game a lot harder than it would have been if we were really at it and we were, you know, physically. But, you know, we did what we had to do. So a few things we've learned. One, we need to rotate our players in order to give ourselves a good chance of you know, at least being fresh for these next few games. 2, you know, don't mess around with your midfield by any chance. You know, always and get Tom's Partey back in the side. Find a way to get him in the side because, you know, we've seen that Declan Rice plays his best football with him in the side, better football, and Martin Odegaard misses his minder. You know, Martin. You know, if you look at Martin Odegaard's performances when Thomas Partey's in the side, obviously he's had some great performances this season, but you know, I'm always going to bemoan the fact that we didn't have a fit Thomas Partey, because I think you would have seen a better Martin Odegaard. And Martin Odegaard has been fantastic this season, but I think it'll be out off this planet because they really do play well together.
Sorry, I fucking mate. I thought I was on another screen. Sorry, mate. I thought I froze again. My mouth's been playing up all day. But yeah, Thomas Partey is apparently going to start tomorrow. Johnny was telling me. He said that there's rumours doing the rounds that that Partey's going to play the game, no Jorginho. So I don't know. I think it'd be nice to see Rice, Partey, Odegaard, because I think we've been waiting all season to see that one, haven't we? But
Jorginho is a horses man. And I said to the league judges yesterday, you know, where I come from, horses players only play a third of the games. They only come out. They're only brought out for special occasions. And you know, with Jorginho's age as well, I think he's played a lot more games than we expected, and a lot of that's down to Thomas Partey's form. You know, to be honest, you know what I mean?
100%.
Thomas Partey's injury woes. Stand to be corrected. Apologise for that. His injuries, you know, and you know we had the situation of Kai Havertz, you know, being a team after Kai Havertz was put in a more advanced position. That freed up Jorginho as well. But you know, Jorginho's been good for us, but 100% played more games than we expected, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, Matty, we were doing a watch along, and we could have called it a snooze fest or snooze along, you know, because it was boring, that Wolves game, wasn't it? But we got there in the end. What did you make of it?
Yeah, it was a snooze fest. Even though I wasn't on with y'all the first half, I had it up on my monitors. I was sitting in my meetings, but yeah, it was a snooze fest, man. I think my takeaway from that game was, man, we've got to start scoring when we have opportunities. Because when you're going down the stretch like we are now, the last few games, it seems like each window, you have a certain window to get it done. If you don't get it done, you're in trouble. We were there. We were all breathing a sigh of relief there on the second goal. when you know, because we you know how we roll when we only have one goal. So we was able to get through that. And you know, I just think that we just need to take our chances better when we have them. We've got to be more clinical. And I'm with Kenny. Man rotation now and man management is going to be absolutely critical the next 2 weeks. Absolutely critical. And he's got to get it right. I was listening to you earlier down with Minerals, and you brought up a point I was going to bring up today. I watched the El Clasico yesterday, and you know, I looked at that game and I watched the Bayern. I was going between that and I watched the Bayern Leverkusen Dortmund game. And you know, you watch these other managers and they're not panicking this time of the season. But our manager has a tendency to start micromanaging when it gets tight, and he's going to have to rest in his decisions going forward. So whatever he puts out there, he's going to have to rest with it, knowing that he's the architect of it. So it's just a matter of now. It's just getting it done now. That's where we at now this time of the season. We just get it done. We saw what Liverpool did yesterday. We've got to go match it tomorrow. So
yeah, facts. Yeah, Ancelotti, man, proper manager. Yeah, subbed off his star boy at 2-2 and they won the game. So yeah, you can sub off your star boy, believe it or not, people. But Jez, we have Chels tomorrow, proper Chels. Apparently Cole Palmer's not fit. That's doing the rounds. I don't know how true that is, whether it's mind games or not. That gives us a big boost if he don't play, because he's been head and shoulders their best player. But this ain't going to be an easy one, is it, mate?
No, not at all. Not at all. They're going to want to ruin the party. As matches, Tottenham are going to want to ruin the party. You know, two London derbies in the space of a week. Not something you see very often, but it's going to be a tough call. I just think that if he does go with Odegaard, Rice, Partey in midfield, I think we just have a little bit too much for them, personally. I know people say, well, Partey hasn't played a lot, this, that, and the other, and whatever. Saka's got to start. No, have him on the bench. He doesn't have to start. He does not. We have other people. To me, Saka looks like he has done last season, this time of year, and the season before. He looks like he's had his time. He's done. He's tired. He's knackered. Right. At the end of the day, you can put another player in there and get a tune out of them, which maybe is what we need. Because right now, all I'm seeing is the same old, same old, same old. And everybody's so switched on to that guy that he makes little difference in the game in the last 2 games, to be honest. So mix it up. Don't change. Don't mix it up too much in defence, please, Arteta. Please don't do that. Don't start Zinchenko, right? If need be, go with Kivwell or Tomiyasu. They've proven every time we have Zinchenko in that bloody left-back position, right, the defence are panicked and they get dragged out of position and it opens us up. Don't do it, man, because we've got Chelsea coming to town tomorrow night and we need to actually get in there and say, mate, you ain't spoiling our party. Unlucky, have a crap season and we'll see you another day. Because I'll be so angry, man, if we lose to Chelsea tomorrow night. They're not a good team right now. Yeah, they're not a good team. So I know they're going to be pissed off, but we need to actually change it a little bit, tweak the team, right? Don't start Saka, in my opinion, but we know he will. We know that. Yeah, and yeah, let's just do something different for a change, because Chelsea are going to be thinking, right, Saka out there. Yeah, we'll put 2 on him. He's not looking that favourable at the moment. No, change it, Arteta. Put somebody else in there, and let's actually get in behind them and get our strikers. Not that we've got a striker. We don't need a striker because strikers don't score goals anymore, apparently. Right? Start Trossard in my book. Yeah, I'd start Trossard in there, and I'd put Havertz back in the centre. Right? He's just not the man in midfield. That is for sure for me. That's been proven. When he sticks him up front, he has a chance. He does drag defenders out of position as well. So let's do that, because we can split that Chelsea defence and let somebody come in behind and score a couple of goals. End of the game. See you later. That's what I'd do.
Yeah, what about you, Kenny? You're going to be at the game. I bet you're buzzing, mate. Big game.
Yeah, it's definitely, like I said, it's one of my favourite fixtures. It's one of my favourite fixtures, Arsenal, Chelsea, both home and away. But one thing about Chelsea, I think although they've had a wretched season by their standards, and I only talk about the Abramovich years, they have come into a bit of form. And, the Man City defeat wasn't exactly the norm. And they look a bit fresher, because look a bit fresher. Like that midfield, obviously, we had, Fernandes and Casado. And that's going to be they're going to really want to have a look at our midfield. And then, you've got pace. Because I don't know whether Mudryk will play or Madueke, Mudryk on one side or Madueke on the right, and then obviously you've got Cucurella at left back or Chilwell. So they're going to be smiling about the fact that they haven't won any silver for the 2nd season in a row, which is not like them, but it's the Chelsea we knew before Abramovich. Everyone talks about it's not really like Chelsea. Well, I think we're a lot bit old. We're old enough to remember that pre-Abramovich it was like this. But yeah, it's going to be a very, very difficult game because I think they're going to be a bit fresher than us, but we're going to have to dig deep. And Jez is right. Rotation is of paramount. Left back situation. If Tomiyasu's fit, play him. If not, you obviously look at Kivior, and the front 3. I would look at Kai Havertz in the middle, knowing in midfield, please, and then I'll probably look at Jesus down the sort of the left, and then we all know Saka's going to play. But if Saka's really fit and you really place more importance on the Tottenham game, then there's nothing to stop us looking at Trossard in that position down the right hand side. See if he can try that net. Unfortunately, on normal circumstances, you say, yeah, let's play Reece Nelson, but the managers don't trust him, and
Right.
he doesn't. And if the manager doesn't trust him, then I can't trust him. because when he has played, I look at it and I think, come on, mate, Bournemouth was about a year ago. What have you done since then? All right, you already scored against Brentford, but he's one of those players you think, did the manager really want him to have that new contract, or was it a board decision? It's one of those things. But yeah, you have to rotate. But you have to you have to basically, like I said, match Chelsea for fitness as well, because we have the genuine quality, but we're not fit enough in terms of like mentally and physically. So that's where they can be an advantage. But I just pray that Nicholas Jackson, if he plays, please, by all means, get behind our defence, and by all means, play like you did in front of goal on Saturday, because that would mean that Darren Ray's got an easy night.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, we just have to hope we take our chances as well, because we haven't been very clinical recently. Matty, what are your takes on the game, mate?
Well, we've got to come out, and we've got to come out and establish ourselves. We can't come out like we did the first time we played them, goofing off. I mean, we really goofed off that first time we played them. That weird shot by Mudryk, giving up that kind of stuff. We can't. We've got to be locked in mentally tomorrow. This is a rivalry game, and I mean, it's just a case of if we just think Chelsea's going to roll over just because it's Chelsea, because of what they're going through, then we got another thing coming, and everybody's got to be locked in here. Because for me, the next 3 games are probably the most important, because one slip up, me and you talked the other day after the game, Lee, drop points anywhere, a draw is no good. I mean, we have to get maximum points tomorrow. And that manager, he's going to have to earn his check this year. This is it. He's got to earn his check. We have been allowed back in this again, and we have got to make the most of it. We've got to fight all the way to the end. And because I'm seeing people already talking, we're gonna roll over Chelsea. I'm telling you, these kind of games are the worst ones. This is what I was talking about back in March, Chelsea and Spurs. Because it's just a game that's just going to mean a lot to everybody. All the stakes are going to be high across the board. So we're going to have to come out tomorrow early. And like I said, we've got to make the most of our opportunities. I can't see what I saw on Saturday. We're in front of goal, shanking the ball, missing and, lollygagging in front of goal. As y'all say, bumbling and stumbling, We've got to make it happen when we play tomorrow. Everything has to be done. We need to put this team away early. We need to kind of get back on that running form, so that we can get people rested and ready for this weekend. So for me tomorrow, it's all about, coming out mentally, executing, and hopefully we just don't see, Zinchenko and, just the typical foolishness when he thinks everything is going well. So if he picks the right team tomorrow, I'm for one. Thomas Partey starting tomorrow if he's available. I'm all for it. I felt like I think that's why all of us thought we paid that big money. That's what we were going to see starting in August, not right back, but here's a chance to kind of play with what will be probably the strongest midfield we'll probably have, and just see what we can do with this. So hopefully he makes the right decisions. I mean, we could sit here and speculate all day, but we all know we got a clown for a manager, so there's no telling what he'll pull up tomorrow. So we might be 5-1-1-1 all the way up the field. So there's no telling with that guy.
Big up to the 2 guys in the chat that are saying they can't get their heads around why we want the manager gone. First team in Premier League history to have fans demanding the manager to be sacked in a title race, and proper Chelsea in the mud, because content jackrabbit would love Arteta at the Chels. These guys want him gone with 5 to go.
Hey, you can take him.
Yeah, we'll drive him there. We'll pay for his Uber. Yeah, we'll pay for his Uber.
Hey,
yeah,
no, Lee can get. I mean, not Lee, but Jez can gas up the Jag. Get him on over there.
Yeah, driving Miss Daisy in that. Do you know what I mean?
I had that when I was on Lead Judges' show yesterday, where I didn't even actually say I want him. I just said, you all know my feelings towards the manager. And I actually said that, however, I have agreed with a couple of his footballing decisions regarding the goalkeeper and reluctantly Kieran Tierney. And I never, and that was it. Oh, he wants Arteta out, and well, how can he say that? And then when I further said that I wanted Martinelli to be sold in order to raise funds, it was all hell broke loose in the comments afterwards. But that's the thing. We're at a stage where we all acknowledge what the manager's done and the improvements he's made in the team and within himself. But if we judge it by how we should judge it in trophies, first season didn't make the top. The first season that we were told that we need to take in account, saying that we write off the first 2 seasons. The first proper season for a lot of Arteta fans is the 5th place when we should have been 4th, but we've bottled it towards the end. That's one strike. The second strike was under league, leading the title for 93% of the season. When it came to the business end of the season, squad was found to be what we always knew it was, thin. Strike 2. And now this season, where, let's face it, realistically, what our form has done since January is basically brought us to a situation where we're neck and neck with City, but because of our form before Christmas, we can't afford to drop any points. Dropping points in hindsight against Man City was a little bit not what we asked for. Losing to Aston Villa is catastrophic, which means right now we are playing for snookers. And if whilst playing for snookers we drop points again in the next 2 games, that is not just catastrophic. That's season ending. We haven't won a trophy, so that's 3 years in a row where he's failed at the biggest hurdle. So in any other big club, you do look elsewhere. You do think, right, thank you for what you've done. You've set some great foundations, but we're now going to look for a manager who's got a proven track record of winning the title. We think he can get us over the line. I don't see what's so unreasonable about that. I thought Arsenal was a team that, prided itself on winning big trophies. We preached that to other teams. We preached that to Spurs, Monday to Sunday, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So why are we moving the goalposts now when the manager could be, a 3rd season without winning anything?
But Kenny, most of this fan base, and one thing I've observed over the last 2 years, but I see it really, really stand out this year. And I don't know if you noticed it either. But and you know what fan base I'm talking about. They want this underdog story. They make this underdog story up in their head as if the world is against them.
Yes.
And no matter what the case is, no matter what the scenario is, no matter what you put in front of them, we're fighting against everybody. No matter what. So why are we going to go? Why are we going to leave the manager? Look where we were. Somebody I was listening to this past weekend. Well, all of the bad attitudes that was in the team, he's fixed it up. He's got rid of everything. And I'm like, yeah, he's got rid of every player that was actually on the path to winning something. He's got rid of them, and we're starting over again. And now we're on the path of not winning anything again. And I'm supposed to be fine with him staying. Okay, all right.
Well, not only that, our striker who would walk into this team now, even aged 33, has smashed 27 goals this season for Marseille, and is in the semi-final of the Europa League or Conference League, whatever it is. Not only that, look how many of our players that he's got rid of have gone on to win trophies since he's got rid of them. Yeah, so I'm not being funny. Like, I understand why people want to back the manager and all of this and that. Cool, back him. Yeah, because this is probably the best version of Arsenal they've ever seen. Yeah, so like we've seen older Arsenal.
See, you hear what you're saying. I've had people who messaged me who said they've supported the club since the 1960s. Obviously, 2 seasons after Chels first went in 67, this guy went in 69. I've told him to message me, and we're just going to have a chat, and I'll give him my reasons why I'm looking for him to be replaced. If he doesn't win the trophies, I'm going to be honest with him and tell him I feel I'm not going to do it on Twitter because I think Twitter's a dead platform. But all this situation is that a week ago, these guys conceded that it was a concession of the title. Anywhere you went, everyone conceded the title. It wasn't just us. It was people who were on the fan cams, they conceded the title. People on the sort of level-headed podcast conceded the title. They conceded it, and they were even more downbeat when we lost against Bayern. All of a sudden, they looked at Wolves' fixture list, team sheets, and lack of the stars. Went right, we win, and then when we win, everything's in, we all back to thinking, well, yeah, we can do it, and there's nothing wrong with that because I want us to do it, but the same situation is that we're in the business end of the season where we're in a situation where there's no margin for error, and these people, they can't silence us. They can't.
No.
I won't stand for being silenced. You could call me every name you want and every podcast you want. You can try and get a pile-on against me on a podcast. Michael Collins, Mihal, I know you're watching. You waste of space, you wazzock, you loser.
He loves me, that bloke.
Pork chop, you're staying on the freezer, you loser. And all the other prats who would like to watch, the other channels who are our competitors, who are nothing like us but level-headed. I know who you are. All I've got to do is whenever you slag me off, I go in your subscriptions and I see the channels you watch, and it says a lot about you. Now, I'm not criticising these channels, but it just talks about your mentality. I can't go up to you and tell you everything's okay to make you feel better about supporting Arsenal. That's not my job. I've been brought on here to every podcast to give my honest opinion of how I think things have gone and how I think things are going to go. And the people who have me on clearly respect my opinion, or they wouldn't have me there. I don't know why you have me there. Maybe you have me on because I've beaten matches and you want me to give an accurate appraisal for view of the terraces. The fact I've been there a long time. I'm not slagging off and putting people down. Don't go. It's just that everyone has their reasons for having me on, and I'm grateful to have this chance that Lee's given me and other people give me. But I'm not going to be silenced just because I'm on a podcast and say something different to what I believe. I don't care if people don't like it. Fine, I'll go and watch a few of my Bill videos, go to the game. It's not to stop me from going to the game. I don't do a podcast or do a fan cam. I'm still going to go to Arsenal. Yeah. Nothing's to stop me from. I'm still going to have my Instagram to shout the odds. You know what I mean? I won't be silenced.
Facts. Yeah, facts. And this is the thing, right? This era of football, right, or football fans, is the worst it's been. Yeah, because online, everyone's just sucked in to the PR. Yeah, the aim of the game is to win trophies, not finish second instead of fourth. Instead of fifth. It's not to finish third instead of ninth. You still lost. When people actually understand the aim of the game, and these fans might actually drag their clubs out the gutter, especially, and I'm not having a dig at that Chelsea fan either, right? But he said about, you're using Aubameyang, that's so low, blah, blah, blah. Bro, Aubameyang didn't do anything at Chelsea, you said, yeah? Guess what, mate? It's only Chelsea he ain't done anything at in his entire career. Yeah, he was smashing it at Dortmund and won 3 trophies. He won us the FA Cup final, with 2 goals. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he won with Saint Etienne in France, a trophy. Yeah, he's won stuff and scoring goals consistently all the way through his career. The only club he hasn't done it at was Chelsea. Why is that? Look at the state of your club. Yeah, you've got a manager that's no good. You've got 3/4 of a squad that's no good. Yeah, and when Aubameyang was leaving, it's not just Aubameyang, there's plenty of others as well. Yeah, because there's other players that have left this football club. Torreira's one of them. He went and won stuff. Yeah, David Luiz has won stuff since he's left. Yeah, Hector Bellerin has won stuff since he's left. He's won a title and a cup. Do you know what I'm saying? There's plenty of players. I'm not saying they were good enough for Arsenal, but if you're going to get rid of all of these players, you better go and win stuff, because these players did win stuff at Arsenal. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? They did win stuff, some of these. In fact, most of them. Yeah, most of the ones I've just listed have all won the FA Cup. Yeah, so yeah, cool. But people look at it now, and this is the state of the modern game, modern English game. Yeah, everyone is being conned into thinking that it's progress if you finish a couple of spots higher up the table. It's not progress. The only progress in football is trophies. Yeah, nobody gives 2 flying Fs. Yeah, right. I'll give you an example. Yeah, and I'm going to use Chelsea as an example. Yeah, Chelsea Football Club, Arsenal Football Club, right? Who would we say, all of us in here in this chat, are the bigger football club? Then whatever conclusion you come to, some will say Chelsea, some will say Arsenal. What are you basing that on? You're basing it on them. Yeah. Oh, Chelsea won 2 Champions Leagues. What have you ever won in Europe? Yeah, they've won 2 Europa Leagues. So now you're not talking about top 4 finishes, are you? You're talking about trophies. Yeah, and we can go, well, bollocks, we went invincible, mate, and that was 13 titles. Yeah, 14 FA Cups. Yeah, we've got more trophies than you collectively. Yeah, but now my trophies are bigger than yours because we've done it in you. It's always on trophies. Yeah, so this notion and then the amount of people that Sky Sports are conning, yeah, is ridiculous. And the way it's peddled out by these football clubs is disgusting. Yeah, because then you get people that support so-called elite level clubs and the standards just go like that. And then anyone that keeps them up here, yeah, is negative, toxic, you're a scumbag. Why do you want to sack the manager? Because he ain't won fuck all for 4 years.
You know,
Name me another club in world football that's apparently a massive club, because everyone goes on, all these fans go on like we're a massive Arsenal football club. Name me another massive football club that ain't won a trophy for 4 years and kept their manager.
You know, Lee, you watched that FA Cup game yesterday. Kenny, we talked about it we're talking about it in the group chat yesterday. You look at Coventry, how serious they took that game. I mean, the manager made adjustments. They were in to win yesterday. Why? And I said in the chat, I was like, it pissed me off because we could have been there playing yesterday. Any fan that tells me you don't want to be going to a final on May 25th or 23rd or whenever it is, you pissing yourself because that these are opportunities that we're missing to win a trophy. Now you can say what you want to say about United, you can say about the game yesterday, but I'll tell you one thing I know for a fact: those fans want to win that trophy, regardless of the fact of how on paper it looks. There's not going to be one United fan that's going to say, "I don't want to win the FA Cup." They're going to want to win it. You're in for a trophy to win.
And if they do win it, and this is why, listen, I've seen a lot of Man United fans. I just want to read this comment out very quickly from Fav. Yeah, so it's where is it? I can't find it. There it is. Finishing second to Pep is an incredible achievement. It's not though, is it? You failed. And Fav, come on, man, you've been here in this chat for long enough, brother. Yeah, and I don't know if that's sarcasm, but finishing second is first loser, right? And I said this to Johnny Minerals earlier, and then I want to make a quick point about that cup game yesterday, yeah, and then you guys take the floor, right? I said this to Johnny Minerals yesterday, earlier today, right? Finishing second to Pep is not an achievement. When Arsene Wenger landed in England, 18 months later, he done a double against a manager who's got the most money, miles clear as a manager than him, because Fergie's the greatest I've ever seen. Yeah, and yeah, he must be trolling, right? Bigger stadium, better squad. So how did Wenger do a double inside 18 months and then stay up there? Yes, he didn't retain it. Then a few years later, this is a team that have done a treble, they've done a three-peat, they've done everything, Champions Leagues, the whole lot, cups, the lot, right? Then a certain Jose Mourinho rocks up into the league, 2004, 2005. This lot were invincible. Yeah, Fergie was still at the top of his game. Yeah, let's not forget this. And Jose went, bollocks, I'm doing back-to-back titles with the youngest squad. Because he had the youngest squad. And this squad that he managed for that back-to-back titles is younger than any squad Arteta's managed. Yeah, younger than all of them. Yeah, this is how you mud. I'm not having a go at Fav because Fav's cool. This is how you mud these people. Oh, but it's a young squad. Cool. Well, why did Jose win it then? They're back-to-back and won a League Cup in his first season as well. Right? Then the Sheikh rocks up and goes, yo, I'm buying Man City. Yeah, now you've got Wenger. Yeah, at that time, I think it was... Who came in after Jose? Who was in manager in 08? 08, 09? Avram Grant. Yeah. The Sheikh's first title was when? When was their title?
2012.
2012. Cool. Right. In that time, Chelsea had won another one with Ancelotti. Yeah. Man United had won
a double.
Yeah.
They won a double.
Yeah. With Ancelotti. He did do the double. Right. Man City then go and win. Guess what? Fergie comes back and goes, fuck all of you lot. I'm still the daddy. I'm still the daddy of the Premier League. How are they all competing with each other when all of these clubs had all this money? Yeah. By that time, we'd fallen off a cliff because Wenger sold his soul. Yeah. But how did Man City, Man United, and Chelsea all compete with each other? Yeah. And how did they compete with Fergie, the greatest manager I've ever seen? Yeah. This finishing second to Pep. Oh, but Pep. Okay, how did Conte beat him to a title then? Yeah, how did Klopp beat him to a title? Yeah, how did Southampton knock him out of the cup last season?
How did Leicester City do it?
That's what I'm saying, bro. The maddest thing is, people
themselves,
talk about
having
processes.
their own identity and for that season only wanting to win. You know, they didn't see, you know, finishing the Pep as an inevitability, and that's the problem. You've got too many fans who see it as an inevitability that second's, you know, like a great achievement, and unfortunately, these are fans who should know better. You know, should know better. But we're now in a stage where, you know, like I said, collectively, you know, people are scarred by the last embers of the Wenger years. They're scarred by it. They'll take anything. They'll take second, third, you know, and they'll just say, look, Pep's the greatest manager of all time. You can't compete with him, and that's it. Second's great. What are you complaining about? Why are you sacking a manager? You guys are in the mud. You lost the wafflers. I'll break it to you, blah, blah, and that's it. It's not
a dig at Fav. It's not a dig at him. He's sound, yeah. But this is a great comment as well. Now, I want to say something real quick about that cup game yesterday, and then you guys go. Real Madrid sacked their manager when they finished second to Pep, got Jose and won La Liga. It's still to this day the highest goal-scoring season of a football team in that league. Yeah, this park the bus Jose Mourinho. Yeah, 122 goals I think his team scored that season. Yeah, and it's still a record to this day. Yeah, and that's how long ago? You know what I'm saying? Pep was at Barca. It's still a record. Yeah. And this is the thing, yeah. You can sack a manager if they don't finish first. You can sack them if they come second, miss out by 2 points, 1 point, goal difference. You can sack them. Yeah. The aim of the game is to win trophies. And this is why, yes, 121 goals, is it? Okay, cool. But I knew it was over 120. But this is why yesterday, right? And I understand it, yeah. I get why there was a meltdown yesterday with Man U fans saying, oh, it's embarrassing. It was embarrassing. However, it's a knockout competition. Yeah, you just got to get in the final. Just get there. Yeah, if Man United go and do that, yeah, in the final, that embarrassing 3-0 up, 3-3 win on pens. Do you think any Man U fan gives a shit? Yeah, and this is why I said to Saeed earlier and loads of the others, like at the end of the day, you're in a cup final. Yeah, it's a flip of a coin. Don't watch how good Man City are. Yeah, just don't concede after 13 seconds this year, and you'll have half a chance. It's true. Yeah, and yeah, people say it's Coventry, it's embarrassing, it's embarrassing. We've seen Wigan beat Man City to a cup and they got relegated. Yeah. So if they win the cup this season, does anyone genuinely care that they drew with Coventry and done them on pens? No, but they're not convinced they're going to win it, which I understand. However, they can win it. They're in the final, and that's his third final in 12 months. Yeah, he's been to 14 months. 3 finals in 14. Super Mick in phase 59.5 has been to 1 with his former manager's team. Yeah, come on, what are we doing here, man? Anyway, I'll shut up now.
How many has he got us put out of? Go ahead, Jay.
I mean, can anybody, you know, this is what makes me laugh, right? About the aim of a cup final, the FA Cup, League Cup, is to get to the final. You don't care how you win to get there, right? You get there to compete. Can anybody remember the Arsenal semi-final when we lost to West Ham? Second division team.
I'll try to forget it.
We shithoused our way to that cup final. We were not a good team. We were not good. We got there. Go on. No, I mean, we got there and we lost to a second division team. Yeah. So, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you beat to get there. The fact is, we got there and we lost. And we did it in 77, 78, 70. Yeah. Lost to bloody Ipswich Town. Right.
Yeah.
So
let me just read this out there. Sorry, mate. I just want to read this guy's comments out. He reckons he's in his 70s. Big up for watching. Yeah. I'm an Arsenal fan, and he says Lee just goes on about trophies. Stop whining. I'm an Arsenal fan, 70 years old too. Yeah. So you've seen more trophies than all of us, then. Yeah. What gave you your happiest memories of this football club in your 70 years on the planet, my friend? Oh yeah, the trophies we've won. Yeah, it won't finish in 4th, was it?
It might be qualified.
I don't believe that guy's 70. I don't believe that because I don't believe
he probably ain't, but even if he is, I couldn't care less because he's been around long enough if he is to know that the predefined metric for success in sport is a trophy or a medal. Hence why they hand them out to the winner. Yeah, nobody needs to waffle about it. Nobody needs to give in their opinions on it. You've won, you get the trophy. Nobody else gets one because you didn't win. Yeah, it's basics. None of this. Oh, but you finished fourth, and what? To qualify for a competition, you're not going to win.
Yeah, there you go.
And then use that as an excuse as to why you don't win the first competition that qualified you there. Fucking get out of it, man.
He's being sarcastic, that guy, that Mackie Rain Factory.
I doubt it.
I knew he there's no fella.
Yeah, but this is the thing, Jez. Whether he is 70 or not, yeah, it's kind of irrelevant because these people need to be educated on the aim of the game. Yeah, we judge our team's size based on trophies won. Yeah, yes, there's other factors in that. Yeah, of course there is. However, when we're comparing clubs, oh, my club's bigger than your club. Why is my club bigger? Because of the trophies. Yeah, and the aim of the game is trophies. Hence why they hand them out to the flipping winner. Yeah, why don't they hand one out? Why don't they hand one out to Coventry yesterday?
Oh, don't get me wrong. The British public will love that. I think when you talk about when I talk about Man United fans, if they got high standards, respect to them. I get where they're coming from to a certain extent, but when you talk, obviously this guy's 70 years old. I think he's probably joking, cool. But you know what it is, right? When you talk about the Man United fans, I'm not digging them out. What I'm digging out is the rest of the country. I mean, we've got to talk about the goal that it could have been 4-3. Let's get it straight, right? It was offside. You can go on Twitter, you can do all your metrics. It was offside. And even when we saw it the second time, it was offside. Now, regardless
for me, that was dodgy, the camera angle weren't bang in line with it.
Mate, dodgy or not. No, I know a lot of people want a remake of All Fanani or Pollyanna and, you know, have some happy ending like the sound of the music. That's fine. But the fact is, the rules are the rules. It was offside. There's no need crying and going on about it. The fact is, say that goal's given against Coventry and Man United went 4-3 up. There'll be an outrage if they win it. Because I'll definitely draw a line and say, angle it. That was offside. Oh, why is that? You know, let's not forget Coventry got into the game and got into extra time because of a handball. Now, the same incident at Goodison Park wasn't given. That incident was given against Wan-Bissaka. So it goes in, one goes for you, one goes against you. But let's talk about the FA Cup final itself. We've complained about how, they degraded the cup and how, small clubs are not going to benefit from replays and all that. But the FA Cup final is a showpiece occasion. Do we really want to see what we saw in 2019 when we saw that embarrassment with Watford? Man City winning 6-0.
6-0,
yeah. 6-0, where Sterling scores a couple of goals, and then he could have got a hat-trick if it had not been for deflection. And then Guardiola's thinking, this is trying to micromanage Sterling after a 6-0. Do we really want to see that? Because that's what we would have got if Coventry got the final. Now, I'm not a Man United fan, but in terms of like the showpiece occasion, I would like to see an all Man United final. And hopefully Man United losing. But the fact is, don't pretend to be Coventry fans and potentially outraged when it's got nothing to do with you. That's the trouble with Arsenal fans.
This is the problem with English football culture in itself, Kenny. You've just nailed it. Yeah, they love the fairy tale. They love the story. Look at Luton Town, how they've been knocking one out over Luton all season. They fucking shit. They've conceded 75 goals. Yeah. Oh, but you have to go through the back garden to get to the away end. Oh, and what? Yeah, it's not Disneyland. This is the Premier League, mate. The game's about winning trophies. Yeah, and if Man United win it, fair play. Yeah, it doesn't matter how they win it. We shithoused our way to one against them in 05. Yeah, does anyone talk about that? Because we didn't. We deserve to get battered in that.
Hey, what about the semi-final? What about the semi-final in 2014 when we beat Wigan on penalties, where we were goal down with 5 minutes to go, and Per Mertesacker rescued their asses.
Yeah,
we won on penalties. We've had that Coventry situation. Then the year afterwards, when we got to semi-final, it's Reading, where again I think we went to extra time and And for Richard found a way to let Lexi Sanchez's shot slip through his hands.
Yeah.
So we've had that situation where the name of the game was just to win a trophy. We didn't win anything for 9 years in 2014. So just get there. Just like last season, we needed to get another trophy because we flew in the league. It's about trophy. It's how you get there. You know, I remember those semi-finals because I was there. But but the other day, if Man United win the FA Cup, who's going to care about Coventry? Who cares?
Yeah. Whole City final, another one. We were 2-0 down in that final. Yeah. And then Santi Cazorla screaming.
I don't want Man United to win an FA Cup. There are big rivals. They're our biggest rivals, Kenny, in history since 1992. Right? And I don't want to see them win an FA Cup because they win that FA Cup, fella. You know it.
You call it a record.
They come level with us. They come level with us.
All right.
Would you put
your house and everything in your pension on Man United winning that game against Man City? I don't think you will.
No, there'll be one behind us. Actually, I just googled it. Yeah, there'll be one behind us if they win. But even so, they're one behind us, and they've been shit. Now imagine they get good again.
You know what
and they could have leveled it if they'd won last year and won this year. They could be leveled, and they're shit. Yeah, imagine if they get good.
You know the takeaway from that whole game yesterday for me is how serious Coventry took that. Yeah. They're eighth place. They're eighth place in the championship, ladies and gentlemen. Eighth place. And they showed up ready to play. They were, oh man, it's just the FA Cup. We made the Wembley, man. We're good, man. We'll get a couple.
We've had our day out.
Yeah, you know.
They tried to win that game.
Yeah.
And that second half, and that extra time, they were popping the ball around like fucking prime Pep at Barca at times. Well, that number 10 who missed the penalty, he looks fucking decent, man. Yeah, one with the low socks on. And I think he came from Villa Academy, somebody told me. Yeah, Villa need to get him back.
But you know what?
Did one of their players come through Arsenal?
I don't know.
One of the guys.
But I know one from the United States. The one that scored twice yesterday. He's from the USA.
Right.
Mate, the goalkeeper came through Chelsea Academy. Yeah, but this is the thing. Yeah, it was all about getting to the final. Just get there. Doesn't matter how you get there. Yeah, and I understand it is embarrassing. It's big Man United versus little Coventry and all of this and that. Yeah, and if they'd gone out, then mate, that had been mad.
You know something else, Lee? You know something else that we should take away from that game? And I think I might have dropped this in our chat. I can't remember if I did. If I didn't, I knew I was thinking about it. Is look at their manager. They're down 3-0. Look at the manager. Doesn't panic. Says, you know what? I came out with one game plan, ripping that up. We're going to do something different. What happened? Changed the whole course of the game.
Yeah. I didn't see him jumping up and down, fucking playing ball boy, throwing the ball back and fucking he was just standing there like this, just thinking, right, how do I change this and fucking try and show some credibility? Yeah, because at that point at 3-0, he didn't think they were coming back to 3-3.
I didn't think they'd come back. I
don't think anyone did. The amount of people that said they turned the game off and put the Liverpool one on was fucking crazy.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to, as a coach, man, you have to change, rip it up and do something different to stop the bleed. Because that, at that stage, you down 3-0 in a game like that. That's massive. So for him to come back, it just goes to show how important experienced coaching is. I'm sure he's probably seen that somewhere in the championship at some point, or somewhere in his coaching career. And he's like, you know what? I've seen this before. I know what to do. This is why when we talk about this manager that we have, this is why I tell people all the time, I probably would have had a better reception for him had he had experience when he got here. If he'd have been somewhere else and got experience, he would have seen some of this stuff. If we go down 3-0 under this manager, you already know what time it is. Let's just go ahead and just shut it down and get ready for the next match because you know how we roll.
Yep.
So
mad. Listen, I'm gonna have to wrap this up because I'm 15 minutes late for Lewis's show. I think Northside's on there with me. Let me just grab these super chats real quick. Big up to Highbury's local badger. Arteta and De Zerbi are not winning as players or managers. Ancelotti, Rijkaard, Enrique, Pep are winners. We need winners in Arsenal Football Club. I agree. Big up to Mohammed from earlier as well. Teta misuses Saka. It also ruined Sane, Grealish, etc. He is misusing him. Scored shitless to watch. Scared shitless to watch the FA Cup final.
Man United fan,
Yeah.
Yeah. Big up to Faluk as well, new member. Big up to you, my guy. And big up to unknown person. Ben Sheaf was the one that missed the penalty. He's ex-Arsenal.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There you go then. There's a surprise. But Casemiro definitely missed on purpose. I'm not having anyone tell me otherwise. He missed.
That was shocking. Wasn't that shocking?
My daughter could have hit the ball harder than that. He deliberately just thought, fuck this. If I'm going, the manager's coming with me.
What happened Bernardo Silva last week, though? Bernardo Silva. What happened?
Yeah, his penalty was shocking. What's the matter with these people?
Terrible.
Yeah.
I was watching my wife and I said, did he really do that? Did he really, like I said, warm up the opposition goalkeeper?
Mad, didn't it? It was like he just tried to Panenka it down the middle. I'm like, what are you doing, mate? Yeah, Casemiro 100% did that on purpose. Rance had me in tears, man. He goes, if Varane was on the pitch, yeah, his would have been in the stratosphere. Yeah, like, he goes, like, if them two are going, he's coming with me. He goes, they all got the fucking memo and then they bottled it. He goes, but Cass knew the assignment, bro. Fucking funny. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. I swear he done that on purpose. There's no way he's trying to dink that down the middle. Like, I'm not having it. My daughter could hit the ball harder than he kicked that.
Well, we've seen some bad penalty kicks as of late, man. Really bad. Shocking. That was shocking yesterday. That one and the one last week in the Madrid game. That was shocking.
Yeah, man. Listen, we are going to redirect to Lewis, Carefree Lewis. We're going to talk about proper Chels. Before we do, Chels, give us your score prediction for tomorrow and shout out your channel, mate. It's pinned in the top of the comments.
I'm going 2-0 Arsenal tomorrow night. And it's Arsenal, the history and more. And I'm doing a match preview late o'clock tonight with Hot Fuzz 44. Chelsea, and we're going to talk about the game tomorrow night. And then I'll be watching the game, and then I'm going to do a match review 6 o'clock with Kenny, the weekly chat on Wednesday night, and I'll drag a couple of people into that as well. And so I am going positive, Jez, 2-0.
There you go. Nobody will clip that though, mate. Kenny, you're going to be at the game. Enjoy it.
Hopefully I love a bit of match day. I love a bit of match day. And obviously, I like talking to you afterwards as well. And hopefully, wherever we do the interview, I'm sure people will stop and have a chat anyway. They always do. And I'm actually quite busied up this week for podcasts. Obviously, I've got the fan comes yourself. I've got Jez on 6 o'clock on Wednesday. And after that, I'm with Chris Calley in Tottenham channel at 8:30. And then after the Liverpool game, I think Dan wants an emergency meeting as well. But so he's doing one at 10 o'clock on Wednesday, and that's it. So yeah, it's going to be a good thing I've got my battery in. But at the end of the day, 2 defining games, 2 teams that want to stop us from winning. We win these two games. I think there'd be some credit in the bank. But then again, you've got Man City.
Yeah, I agree. We've got to win these next 2 games. And the thing is, we've got to win this one tomorrow. We'll go 4 clear. Matty, thanks for coming on, all of you guys, by the way. Links in the title. No, it's not. I can't get it in the title. It's in the pinned comments. So make sure you follow all the lads' socials. What you got coming up, man?
Tomorrow, I actually will be working tomorrow. So I'll be listening to you and Ola in the car coming back home. And my prediction for tomorrow, I'm going to shock everybody. I'm going to go 4-2 Arsenal.
Ooh, 4-2. My prediction, I'm going to go with, if Palmer plays, I'm going to go 2-1. If Palmer doesn't play, I'm going to go 3-0. I know it sounds a bit weird, but that makes them a lot weaker. Yeah, and he's the only one that's getting a goal. F. Mudryk, yeah, F them all. F. Jackson as well. But there we go. Now I've given it the kiss of death.
Sterling could have a cracker a game if he's got over his illness.
Yeah, mate. I think Palmer will be starting. Yeah, they'll be putting him in some sweat chamber, sweating out that cold he's apparently got. He'll be fine. But listen, we're going to redirect to Carefree Lewis. Big up to everyone locked in. I'm doing the Milan derby later. That kicks off in what, an hour and fucking
Come
hour
on,
and 20.
Internazionale. Come on, Internazionale.
Yeah, man. If they win, elite gaffer, mate. He wins the title at the San Siro. It's both of their homes, isn't it? Against AC Milan. That's fucking wild how it's worked out. They can AC Milan have to win to stop them winning the league today. So, not happening. Inter are going to pam them. But anyway, we're out of here, guys. Adios. Ciao. Spam Lewis's chat with Lee Raid.